Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Killator from Corpse Circus. I'm going to give you a how-to chop and screw like DJ Drankenstein. Now, I may or may not be DJ Drankenstein. A lot of people speculate that I am, and I'm here to tell you I'm not. I am not DJ Drankenstein. But if I were, this is how I chop and screw a song. All right, the first thing you want to do is you're going to pick out a song. I like to pick out something that's a little more modern. Some people will hit me up and be like, hey, can you slow down the song from the 80s or 70s? And yes, you can slow it and chop it, but sometimes I've noticed these things because they were recorded on tape reels, they're not the best, so sometimes the BPM slips a little. So I like to use slightly more modern stuff, 90s and forward. With that being said, you got your song picked out. Say you want to do so what looks good? Maybe that. No. Oh, there we go. Banger. Now you got your song, you download it however the hell you want to download it. There's all kinds of dangerous ways you can download these things off of YouTube. Or if you have the song already, you could just use that too. You take your song, then you get yourself the Mixmeister BPM Analyzer. You throw your song in there. It's going to tell you your BPM. This is free unless the price has changed to $1 or $2, or maybe it costs more money. I don't know. When I got it, it was free. If it's not free, it's probably next to free. Use this. Don't be one of these people who go, oh, just tap along to the beat and then figure it. No. This will give you the exact BPM. And then sometimes I notice it'll just give me like a number a little bit past. It'll say like 95.01. That's just 95. Don't worry about that. Sometimes you got to trim this little beginning part of your song too. And then how I like to do it is I'll open up my DAW, which I'm using is Acid. That's my digital audio workstation of choice for chopping. I also can do this in Adobe Audition, and either way, it's the same rules. So you could do this in Adobe Audition, you could do this in Acid. That means you could probably do it in other apps similar to it, like Pro Tools or GarageBand. I don't know. If it's a digital audio workstation, odds are you could probably do the same steps. So you throw it into your Acid or your Adobe Audition. Now you're going to set the BPM that you just got from the Mixmeister BPM Analyzer. And this is what I do. So if you want to do it the way I do it, and there's going to be people in the comments like, this is stupid. You're doing it the stupid way. And you know what? You're the one watching the video. So if you know how to do it, the fuck are you doing watching this video? How about that, pal? Anyways. So what I do now is I look for the snare. Or I could look for the bass drum, whichever one is easier to find. But I'll look for, they say look for the downbeat. I look for the bass, I look for the snare, one or the other. And I slice that son of a gun nice and clean right there. And then I slide it, and it's quantized, right? It's got snapping on, so I go ahead and just snap it into place. And then I check it, make sure everything is where it's supposed to be. If everything is where it's supposed to be, meaning that the snares fall in the same spot, the bass drum falls in the same spot, I know I'm in business. From here, it's time to make magic. And actually, I would recommend, if you're going to do this, if you want to get fancy with it, do it in Adobe Audition. I'll do a how-to on that later. It's about the same steps. But if this video does well, I'll make one on how to do it in Adobe Audition, because the reason it's better there is you can do like drops, slowdowns, tape stops, things like that, the fancy stuff. But this is your basic how-to, okay? So here it is. Look at this. Now I just grab a snare, cut it, copy it, paste it. I like to put it in front. Check it. Oh, is it good? Cool. Do it some more. Go do it, and do it a bunch. And do it so many times that you think, did I do this too much? Doesn't matter if you do it too much or not enough. Just have fun with it. And make sure it sounds dope to you, right? Also, of course, listen to it a couple of times and go, is this good? Now, from this point, let's say you're happy with your chops, your slices, and where you put everything. Okay, now what do? Easy. Now you render it. Cool. But wait a minute. It needs to be slowed. Chill out. I'm going to show you how to slow it. I like slowing it one of two ways. I either slow it in Acid. I don't ever slow it in Adobe Audition. But I do also slow it in Virtual DJ in real time and find the sound that I like, because it's a little more manual in the way that you can do it. And so I'll show you how to do both ways. Here's how you do it in Acid. You just drop the pitch down a couple of times. Make sure it's a one shot, not a loop or a beat map. Cool. Boom. Render that. Take it into Adobe Audition or some other app. raise the volume up. Make sure it's nice and loud, right? And you could add your reverb there, or you could add your reverb in Acid, because you have that effects option in either one. You can have whatever sounds you want. There's no like actual rules. Just make it sound cool. And then you wanted to slow it. Say instead you want to use Virtual DJ. This is Virtual DJ. It's old, but it works. And I see people slowing and chopping with this app, and that's a waste of time. It takes longer to do it with this than it does to do it the way I just showed you, because if you mess up one step, you gotta start the whole thing over, and I ain't trying to leave no sloppy work in there. So anyhow, you could use the Virtual DJ for this though, which is just to slow it down. You got a little slider here, boom. Oh, cool. I like how that sounds. Beautiful. Render it. Open in Audition or Audacity, whatever you want to use, any kind of editing tool for your music, and then you raise the volume. Now you have oh, wait a minute. Did you remember to add a tag? You got to add like a tag too, because now you're a DJ. And some people could argue like this is not how it's done. It doesn't matter how it's done. I don't have turntables just laying around. And matter of fact, I used the Virtual DJ to do my cuts, and you couldn't tell. You couldn't tell the difference. So don't let nobody tell you, oh, you got to do it this way. It's not about the gear. It's about the know-how and the creativity you put into it and how it sounds. The final result is really what it's going to come down to. And even after watching this video, a bunch of people are going to watch it and be like, oh, I'm going to do that. And they're not going to do it. Most of you are just watching to hear me talk shit. So it is what it is. But yeah. Anyways, go over to Amazon and look up the Corp Circus coloring book. That just dropped. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Leave a hateful comment if you're a piece of shit.